Oh! I think I'm live. I think that's it. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Yammie Noob live stream. It is February 12th, 2025. This is episode 19. We've done 19 of these streams, boys. Jeez. Always at it once again. How's it going? Danny says, greetings from super soggy Middle Tennessee. Yeah, it's just kind of wet and cold and dreary in most of the southern United States. It's a pretty brisk 40-something degrees here in Texas with some wind, no sun, kind of wet. It's not very nice. Not very nice. We're hoping that it will break in the next couple of weeks, and I am very excited to be heading further down south, as I mentioned to some of you, currently living in the Dallas area, going back to Austin here next week, back to my good old home of Austin, Texas. Very excited about that. Matthew says, good morning from the UK. Geraldo says, boa noite. Boa noite. Meu bonitinho. Everybody, how's it going? How's it going? Letting the boys trickle in here. Gonna be a fun live stream. We got some twists and turns for you today. The question section will be a little bit different. The bike roast or boast will be an It Came From Craigslist special. And I apologize if my voice is a little nasally. I just can't seem to stop being sick. It is ridiculous having a little one in daycare, boys. It is like you're not sick for like 2 days, and then the sickness comes back 2 days later. It's like I'm sick, then I'm not sick, then I'm not sick. So if I sound a little funny, that is why. J Moto says, same house, or did you sell the old one already? I'm currently in the house I bought in Dallas right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, really. I don't need to sell it. I'm kind of like, well, I've been talking to my realtor. I'm like, should I like renovate it and flip it? Should I rent it? I'm kind of just honestly, I just want to sell it and just like walk away, because like it's going to be like 3 hours away from where I'm going to live in Austin. So I'm like, well, I don't want to have a house to worry about in another area. I'm really not a big fan of that, and I never wanted to be a landlord, so I'm just not interested in that. Benjamin says, yo, I just got my first bike, an 84 Yamaha Maxim 400 with 83 Seiko motor. That's pretty cool. I don't know much about that specific model, but pretty cool that your first bike is like what is that? Almost, is that 40? That's a 41-year-old bike? That's pretty cool. Mike G says, no more track content. No, I definitely will be doing track content. It'll just make it harder for me because I have to drive 4 hours to the track instead of 50 minutes as I do right now. But I did it for years when I was living down there in Austin. The reason I wasn't doing much track day content this past year was because we had our little one was born and my wife was pregnant. It was just like, couldn't really justify, doing that. Sean says, good luck selling something in Dallas right now. I got a pretty good house, so I'm pretty excited. I think it'll sell pretty easily, to be honest. We'll see what rates do. Maybe rates will take a little break here going into the summer. And then, everybody's going to buy. We'll see. Nick Jones said, Papa Yam, how to break in a ZX4RR. Just ride that thing, baby. We had a ZX4 in 2023, and I broke it in real hard. We took it out to the track like 3 different times in the first 600 miles, so don't you worry about it. Gabriel says, just bought an RC390. Boys, let's get some claps for Gabriel. Got his first motorcycle. I don't know if it's your first bike, but getting RC390, that's pretty sweet. Edward asks, should I buy a Gen 1 Busa? You should always buy a Gen 1 Busa. That's not even a question. Should always get a Gen 1 Busa if you have the opportunity to. We will see. Cree, currently exploring an 06 Daytona 675 for track use. How was your personal experience from abusing it on track? Besides any common problems talked about on the forums, is there anything that snuck up? So mine was a 2014, so it was the generation after the 06. The 06 I think that was the very first year that they made the Daytona. They are known for some electrical gremlins. They are known for some weird stuff with the reg rec, with the stator. I would personally stay away from such an older Daytona. I'd try to find a Gen 2 if I were you, and something that was in reasonably good condition. I had really good experiences with my Gen 2 Daytonas. I never had anything go wrong with them. I beat the crap out of them. they did have, like, I think Triumphs just all have kind of some weird electrical problems. Like, mine wouldn't crank on sometimes. I'd have to jiggle the wiring harness towards the top of the triple tree. I don't know why, but it just would. But yeah, I would say something a little newer would be better. Let's see. Berto Ramirez, best COTA section for GP. Hopefully I can ride from ATL this year. So me and my buddies, we normally sit down at, what is that, turn 19 or whatever. It's the second corner before the last one. There's a really nice rolling green hill that you can sit on there. Nobody else is ever there. You get really good vantage point of the track. And if there's any last lap moves, any last corner moves, you can usually spot them there too. I do like that spot. Let's see. Lots of questions coming in, boys. Is a 600cc that much quicker than a Trident 660? Quarter mile times look similar. So, I mean, quarter mile time doesn't tell you much. You know, a 600 is going to have, what, like 30 plus horsepower over a 660. But the 660 makes a lot of torque in the middle and in the low end. So, off the line, it will probably feel about as quick. But the 600 obviously is going to have way better lap times, much better top end, much higher top speed. And because it's not a naked bike, you can really tuck in and go super fast too. Oh, I looked away from the chat and I'm trying to see the questions here. Gabriel says, RC39 is my third. I was a stupid 19-year-old, LOL, and I bought a ZX14. That's great. I'm happy to hear that you kind of went back down the ladder. Let's see here. Tylor says, struggling between 2025 CBR 600 RR. And maybe something else. He didn't finish the sentence there. Julian, what's the best boots, jacket, gloves, and helmet for 12-year-old girl? I have no idea. I think whatever fits and is safe. I've never had to buy gear for such a young lady. I have no clue. Unfortunately, most of the stuff they sell might be pink in that size. And maybe only like dirt gear. But yeah, I think any little kid gear that you could find are probably pretty good. They don't make much of that stuff, to be honest. They do make helmets. I don't know if they make like road-going helmets for people that small, for little kiddos. But I bet you Alpine Stars has some good stuff. Well, boys, we are now close to 6:10 p.m. Let the boys trickle in. Let's have some fun. Let's start the stream. We got something a bit different for you today. It is rider questions answered, but really the thing we're doing today is Inside the Mind of a Yam, Behind the Busa, an interview by producer Logan. So if you guys don't know, producer Logan works on the back end over here at Yammie Noob. We are super excited because he's actually going to be joining us in person in our new Austin office, which I'm very, very excited about. We're starting a sort of Yammie Noob Skunkworks division for videos. Going to make some really experimental and cool content in 2025. And so you guys will be seeing more of producer Logan. But he works on the back end right now. He does content. He helps with research and writing and all kinds of great stuff and producing the videos. He helps make the live stream. And we thought it'd be fun today to do some different kinds of questions. Questions that you guys may have had for me, but have been always too scared to ask. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. What would young Yam think of the position you're in now? Wow, man. I don't think he would really believe that I get to do what I do. It's pretty humbling having my job, to be honest. I think if you were to ask, very, very young Yam, like, he wouldn't even know what being a YouTuber is, right? There's a lot of kids that grow up nowadays with the sole understanding that they could one day be a YouTuber. When I was a kid, that wasn't a job. And even when I was in high school and college, that wasn't a job. It sort of only became feasible to be an online content creator sort of like in the late 2010s when people were like, oh, you could really like do this. So, doing what I do now, having as much fun as I do with my work, and then also, being paid to do it is pretty sweet. And to do it about something that I'm so passionate about is pretty awesome. So I hope I'm making young Yam proud. Because it's quite a cool job that I have. All right, next question. When did you realize doing YouTube was a viable career option? So I launched my channel in June of 2015, and I at that time with YouTube, it was kind of like some people were making money. It wasn't really clear how they were making money. I knew some people were taking ad deals, but it was still very nascent. Like that was like maybe 7 or 8 years after YouTube was even created. So like it wasn't really a big thing. I think within a year of me having my channel, I was like, oh, you could like legitimately make real money doing this. And so I think in 2016, I kind of saw that you could. I was always a bit conservative because I didn't see exactly how that path would shake out. So I did it as like a side hustle for probably longer than I needed to do it. And then in late 2018, it was making like 3 or 4 times what I would make at my normal job. And so I was like, oh, I should just do this, because even with taxes and expenses, like I will definitely be able to make this work. And it's done nothing but grow ever since, which has been super cool. So it was about late 2018, probably 3.5 years into having the channel, that I was like, all right, let's just go for it. Let's just give this a shot. And it was really cool that I did that because I didn't really have anything to lose, I guess. Nowadays, like, having a family and a wife and a kid and a mortgage, I would be much more risk averse. So for you guys out there that are maybe younger, you want to try a big risk, you should try it when you're younger and have less to lose, because when you get a little older, the calculus for taking on such a risk can be not exactly prudent, right? It might not be the best idea to do something like that. So, yeah, that's about when I realized it was a viable career option. And I got really lucky that, there's a lot that I got lucky with, man. Like, there was a lot of right place, right time. Like, I started doing this so long ago that I was able to build a good following. COVID and the pandemic, for people who owned a business like mine, that was online content, we saw watch time increase so much during that time. Power sports specifically also increased so much during that time because everybody had all this time and money. And so they bought motorcycles and got into motorcycling. So there was a lot of luck component to my YouTube career, but I always say that, like, preparation and opportunity is where luck coincides, or whatever that saying is. So very fortunate, but that was about when I realized. I've been doing this like full steam, full time for 6.5 years now, pretty much, which is crazy. When I started doing this, I was like, there's no way I can do this for more than like a year. That was my plan. In 2018, I was like, I'll do this for a year and then we'll see what happens. It's been 6.5 years, boys. Doing pretty good. Richard here with the comment. Thank you very much, Richard, for the $5 Canadian. Yo, much love, Papa Yam. Keep up the good work. P.S. I can't wait to get back on my 8R when it warms back up. Awesome. Love to hear it. The 8R is a great bike. It's a really good bike. Next question here. How does your personal love of motorcycling align with making motorcycle content for a living? Does access to so many bikes and opportunities keep you excited, or does it sometimes detract from the riding for pleasure? I think in the past, it was like a harder thing for me to separate the YouTube and the personal stuff. In recent years, and actually really recent months, as I've sort of like accepted that this is who I am, and I don't have to like try to make the two so separate as much anymore. And I'm trying to be just more authentic and normal on YouTube and just enjoying myself and have fun. So that's gotten better. And now I still get the chance to, like, what I do basically is like, I'll go out to ride to make a video, and then that's it, right? And then there's other times I'll go out to ride just for myself. I don't always have a GoPro on my helmet because I don't like to do that as much, right? For me, it's like, if I go out with a mission to make a video, I'm making the video. That's what I'm there for. And then there's other times I go out to just ride my motorcycle and to enjoy myself, or hit up my buddies or go out for a ride, because that's really fun to me. And I think that it's very different to have like this love of motorcycling versus sort of having to make content about it. And this is what I tell people a lot with being a YouTuber, is if you're not like extremely deeply passionate about the topic you're trying to be a YouTuber about, you're never going to make it. You got to really, 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 really love what you're talking about if you want to be a YouTuber about it. There's really no other way, because if you don't really love it, you'll get bored of it. You'll never be able to like summon up the courage to keep talking about it. The reason that I feel like I've heard this a lot sometimes, you're like, I can't believe Yammie Noob still makes like daily video content about motorcycles. How's he not burnt out? I don't burn out because I fucking love motorcycles. I could talk about them forever. I love everything about them. So to me, I just, maybe I'm kind of autistic or something, but I just don't care. I love bikes. I could literally talk about them forever. I think they're so interesting and they're so fun. And I've never really felt burnout making motorcycle videos. There's been times I've felt burnout with YouTube specifically, but not about bikes. That's for sure. All right, next question. Now, speak of the devil, what are your favorite and least favorite parts about doing Yammie Noob? Without a doubt, my favorite part about doing this is that I get to be creative. It's such a privilege to get to, I get to just make up whatever I want to make up, right? Like, I get to just come up with these fun ideas, and there's these really cool things that happen when you're making a fun video project. It's like all these happy accidents that happen along the way of the creative process. You could start with the video concept, and then when you go to production and you go to film it, it ends up being kind of different or kind of fun, or something happens, or, you might change something. And that's why I mentioned in the pre-stream that we're going to be doing this kind of like more experimental Yammie Noob skunkworks video stuff, because I really miss making really strange videos. We have so many in the back catalog that didn't get the love I thought they deserved, but I had a ton of fun making them. We had the Boosa Man video, the day in the life of the Jixer Squid. We had that British people speed triple reveal, the blowing up the Jixer 250. I mean, there's so many interesting videos that I had a ton of fun making that don't have any of the viewership that some of the other big videos have. And that leads me to my least favorite part about Yammie Noob, is that, you have to work within the bounds of the algorithm and the content you need to make. And sometimes it feels a little limiting. I've also seen this comment, on other videos and stuff where people will say, oh, I can't believe he still makes list videos. I make them because people watch them, dude. And that's a repeating, easy format for us to continue getting viewership. And I just think that, sometimes you feel a little boxed in with it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I kind of have to make this type of video, otherwise I won't get the views to support the whole channel. So while you can be creative, sometimes you can't deviate too much from that creativity. So it's kind of a double-edged sword with my favorite part about it. It's sometimes my least favorite part about it too. All right, we had a question come in here on chat. Yammie, I gave my Honda Grom a stage 3 homosexual act. Am I cooked? I think if you say the words, am I cooked, you're probably already cooked, because you probably have brain rot. And yeah, I just think that's sad for you. I wonder what a stage 3 homosexual act is. Maybe you can elucidate us in the comments here. All right, here's the question. What is better riding? ADV bike on track or leader bike on 45 mile per hour strode? That's really hard. To be honest, I think the ADV on track is better. I've said this before, and maybe this is kind of a hot take, but riding a leader bike in dense suburban strode traffic is one of the worst things in the world. It's my least favorite way to enjoy motorcycling is to just be stuck in traffic on a leader bike on a 3-lane wide suburban crap road full of strip malls and stuff. That's my hell with motorcycling. That's my least favorite. I'd rather be in a I'd rather be on a moped in downtown traffic, because at least that's somewhat interesting, than on a leader bike in 45 mile per hour strode. I'd rather be on an ADV bike on track for sure. For sure. Logan's backing me up here on chat. PNW. ADV on track, absolutely. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. It's just being stuck in first gear on a leader bike is just not going anywhere. It's just the worst thing in the world. Next question. Would a stricter motorcycle licensing system in America reduce the amount of new riders? Is a smaller amount of more educated riders or a larger amount of less educated riders better for the industry as a whole? So I've been a very staunch advocate that we should have stricter motorcycle licensing systems in America. And I know the freedoms crowd is about to go crazy in the comments. I really don't care what you guys say, because I've seen so many morons who should not be riding motorcycles, who don't have any clue what they're doing, go out and endanger not only themselves, but other people. I really think we should have a system that, either it's a tiered licensing system or just stricter licensing in general for motorcycling, because I don't want to see people who know how to ride Rebel 250 in a parking lot go and buy a Hayabusa. And it's not Darwinism. We live in a collective society, regardless of what hyper-capitalist media wants to tell you. You have to work with other people, and doing stuff like that just endangers everybody. So I also think that if you have a ton of riders and more visibility for riders, that's great. It's great to see more motorcyclists on the road. But if all of those motorcyclists are like really dumb and can't ride correctly, then what the hell is the point, right? I'd rather have fewer bikes on the road with people who actually know what the hell they're doing than a bunch of motorcycles that don't know what the hell they're doing. So that would be my recommendation on it. Just because, it's just not really necessary. Fun Story says, can someone explain U.S. licensing in how the U.S. licensing system works? I'm from Portugal. So literally in the U.S., Fun Stories, you go take the MSF course, which is a 2-day course where you ride a small displacement motorcycle like a Grom or a Rebel 250 in a parking lot. You do like figure eights, some braking drills, you like waddle the bike, and then the next day you do like a written exam to like show that you know how like traffic lights work basically. And then you can go and get an M-class endorsement on your license that says that you are able to operate any motorcycle you want. That's literally how it works. Some states have slightly different requirements, but that's basically it for most states. So, yeah, take that for what you will. Raphael says, with $5, thank you for the $5. I've been riding since 78. Nice. That's a long tenure. My FJR 1300 is my 11th bike, and I've been to 27 states on it. I think I found my favorite way to ride. That's awesome. You're also like the key demographic for FJR owners, and I love it. All right, next question. What motorcycle company, trend, etc. gets you excited about the future of motorcycling? So I really am very, very, very excited about two things. I love that cheap, global, Indian sort of made bikes are coming to the US and exposing people to like just a simple, fun way of riding motorcycles. I talked about this last year with the Triumph 400s, the Aprilia RS 457s, even the CF Moto 450s, the MT bikes. I think that those are doing a really good job of just getting new riders involved with motorcycling, because you don't need a super flashy bike. Any bike will make you feel the same two-wheeled feelings, And then I also think that the baby adventure bike trend is very cool too, just because we're starting to see real pushback against large displacement, giant adventure bikes that people really don't need to be, riding. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think Triumph and Royal Enfield are doing a great job of that right now. And I just want to see like cheap, good, great bikes. That's all I want to see, because that's really what we need. All right, Jaden had a question here. Jaden Trudeau, $4.99. Thank you very much. What should I get for my second bike, a ZX6R or a ZX4RR? I'm 18. Ooh, well, I'd have to ask a couple backup questions. How long have you been riding? What's your experience level? And what are you currently on right now? That'll inform my decision. So let me know and I'll get back to you. Next question from producer Logan here. Are there any YouTube channels you like to watch, or any other type of media, books, music, movies, podcasts, or whatever? So I, as many of you on the channel know, am like a die-hard motorcycle racing fan. I watch MotoGP religiously. Every single weekend it's on, I will watch it. Even all the sprint races and basically all the sessions. I literally watch pretty much every session of every MotoGP weekend. I try to keep up with World Superbike as much as possible. Sometimes there's too much overlap with MotoGP, and then I don't get the chance to watch those sessions as much either. But I do try to keep up with World Superbike quite a bit. Um, so I like when the season is on, I'm a huge racing fan for sure. I'm really big into music. A lot of you guys know that. So I make it, I listen to it. I like reading about it. I like watching commentary channels about what's going on in the music industry. I'm a big Anthony Fantano fan, so I do like watching Anthony Fantano's takes on things. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I do. My wife and I usually have like a show we're watching. I usually let her pick, and we kind of just watch what she wants to watch. So right now we're watching Game of Thrones, which is quite funny because it's like a super old show. I've never seen it before, so we're just like working our way through it slowly because I'd never seen it before. So I'm like, all right, we'll check out some knights and some dragons and shit. I don't know. So that's been kind of fun. And then for podcasts, I really enjoy more of like the think piece, kind of heady political podcasts. I like Ezra Klein. I like listening to him and his opinions on things. I really enjoy a lot of the NPR podcasts and, of course, racing podcasts as well. So Matt Oxley, the Oxley Bomb MotoGP podcast. I love that one too. And yeah, I think that's it. That's the stuff I watch and do. Bro Ramirez, Yammie Noob Tano. I would really enjoy doing a collab with Anthony. That'd be a lot of fun. But I don't think there's any overlap between Fantano and myself, other than our love of death grips, which I think I'm wearing. Yeah, literally I'm wearing a death grip hoodie right now. I've had this for like 10 years. Did that guy ever get back to me about his bike, Jaden? Oh, here we go. 1 year of riding. I'm on a Z500 right now. I don't know what to get. Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so you've been 1 year on a Z500, and you're 18. I personally don't think you should get a ZX6, to be honest. You're gonna, like, the ZX4 is gonna give you all the same feelings that a ZX6 will get you, but just with less, you know? It's inline 4, it's fun, it's kind of fast. You know, you get it flashed, it's way faster than a Z500, it makes a great sound. Go for the ZX4. Let's keep you safe. Don't get the ZX6. I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, look at that. Thought Taken joining on the stream here. And of course, he loves catching up with the latest Thought Taken stuff. I like your shorts, my friend. You're doing a good job with the shorts. How's your, what do you have, like a $780 a month Ducati payment that you convinced people that you actually have for like 120 months or whatever? People believe that, dude. They believe that. All right, next question. You've already taken down NBT and their riding jeans. I think they improved lately, so I'm really happy to see that. I like to think that we ushered that change, so I hope that they're selling good stuff. What motorcycle-adjacent brand would you like to wage war against next? There is now... God, I saw it on my Instagram. I don't remember the name of the company. They're like... It's so funny. They're like British NBT pants. They're probably using the exact same drop shipper that NBT was using because the pants look exactly the same. I don't remember the name of the brand, but they were the exact same NBT pants, which is super funny. I was about to post it on my story, but I was like, I'm not going to choose violence today, man. I'm not. I was going to make a joke that they picked up all of NBT's overstock and they're trying to like drop it for cheap. So that's what, that was my issue. Kai says, Super Noob, what's the issue with NBT? You should watch my video. You should check out, just look up Yammie Noob NBT and you should be able to find what I said about them. And that's the issue. All right. What do you think is your most controversial motorcycle opinion? What's my most controversial motorcycle opinion? I have some takes that people don't like, but I don't think they're controversial. Why do I keep saying like that? Controversial. Honestly, it's the one I said prior where riding a leader bike in first gear at 45 miles per hour is like the most boring thing in the world. Honestly, riding a leader bike on the street in general is extremely boring. And I think it's a very like entry-level, low IQ way to enjoy motorcycling where like you're just going to ride a really powerful motorcycle on the street and never take any corners and just go fast. It's like, yes, that's fun if you've never ridden anything before and you're like, wow, it's so fast. But I think the luster of that wears off pretty quick. So Leader bikes are pretty boring, honestly. They're not that interesting. Unless you're on a racetrack. They're super fun on a racetrack. Really enjoyable. Like, very, very fun. But riding on the street is just horribly, horribly boring. Horribly boring. And boys, that's the questions. Let me see what we have here on chat. Then maybe I can answer some too. Jacob said, have you tried the new NBT stuff? I see the ads and how they're rated. That makes me happy that they're rated, and I've not tried the new stuff. Maybe we can do a revision on it. Skid says, you hate HD, or all HD riders are blank. You know, there's this thing that I hate Harley Davidson. I really don't. I like the Sportster a lot, and I think they're doing cool stuff. Thought taken out a question here. I'm picking up a 2024 R6 race tomorrow. Any thoughts? I feel like everyone just forgot that you can still buy R6s, even though they're quote-unquote track only. Cool that you're picking up one of those. I haven't seen anyone making any content with them. I'm curious to see, because they sell it with the bodywork, but there's not much else on it, right? It's pretty much stock. And I think the retail is like 18 grand. It's still a fantastic platform. Like, there's nothing wrong with the R6. I think the R6 race, the value proposition isn't quite there. Personally, I would have bought an R9, but you didn't ask me. I think that's, it's like, it's a bit bare bones. They're a little overpriced. You, in theory, could make it street legal if that's the thing you're going to do with it. But yeah, it's something to think about. But boys, that's going to wrap up the questions. Thanks so much for tuning in for this one. Let's move on to the next portion of the Yammie Noob live stream. It came from Craigslist. We got a furry, what looks to be a Ninja 500, ratted out mobility scooter, a chopper bike. This one's going to be good. We've had a lot of fun with this one. It's kind of like old school Yammie Noob of like looking up the bikes on Craigslist. I really, really enjoy this one. I have a feeling that these are going to be from Florida. I was taking a look at them prior to the stream, and I'm really, really excited to do this. Let's start it off. 2017 Triumph Scrambler 900, $46.75. That's not a bad price. 52.43 miles, selling his well-maintained Triumph Scrambler, equipped with premium upgrades for enhanced ride, excellent condition, recently serviced, British Custom shotguns pipes, adds a deep throaty exhaust, British Custom seat, progressive suspension shocks, improved handling, brand new Michelin Aniki Adventure tires, less than 50 miles. Just had a full service, so it's running perfectly. I have the records available upon request. Well, let's take a look. That sounds pretty good. That is a good-looking little Triumph, man. Look at that. How much? $46.75 for 2017 with like under 6,000 miles? Freshy tires, fully serviced. These are really, really, really nice bikes. This was before they did the update on them. I think these received the big update in 2021 or 2020. We did one as a giveaway bike back in 2020, and that was when they were updated. But this one's, dude, it's still good, though. For under $5,000 for how clean this is. And it's blue. I like the blue. I like the navy blue. It's got the pipes. Again, under $5,000. And this is the type of bike where it's a 900cc, but you could definitely ride this as a beginner. They don't make that much power. They're nice and easy. They're like, they just make this nice progressive, smooth power. They're good bikes. They're really good bikes. This one's got the little top fender on it, the high front fender right there. We're starting off good today, boys. This is not a bad one at all. And the seller also has written all of this in correct English, probably took care of it. You can tell. So it's got the shocks, it's got the exhaust, it's got the tires. He wrote it like a normal human being, doesn't look abused. Boy, this is a good one. This is a good one. I rate this one a solid 9 out of 10. This is like a really solid find for, a Craigslist find, basically. Sumo Will says, will the Triumph 900 wheelie? Absolutely. You can wheelie anything. Just pop the clutch hard enough. Look, if you can wheelie a Grom, you can wheelie this. You can do it. I promise. Somebody can. I probably can't, but somebody can. I'd give it a shot nowadays. after all the practice I've had on the Grom. I think we have the next episode coming up next week, which is going to be fun. All right, next up. Mini bike, pit bike. $2,000. Oh my God. We ain't reading all this, so let's just go over the highlights. 2024 custom-built mini bike, handcrafted in USA. No China junk here, boys! No China junk. Frame is .120 wall, 7/8 inch steel tubing. Okay. Great craftsmanship out of Texas. Well-engineered. Bike is strong. Powered by Tillotson 212 Hemi. Boy's got a Hemi in it. Stage 1 performance kit. Pushing out 12 horsepower. So we're talking Grom numbers out of a 212 Hemi. That definitely sounds like an American-built thing. Jet kit, manifold, hydraulic rear disc brake, trick modular wheels with all-terrain tires, kill switch, bunch of other crap, 3-stage black paint, twist grip throttle. As a feature? Oh my God, it's got a twist grip throttle as a feature. Kickstand, chain guard, 45 plus mph on GPS, not a toy. Has adjustable governor, but not recommended for inexperienced riders. Oh my God, dude. It's a toy. Come on, you're talking about it's not. Oh my God. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, man, this is some high quality stuff, baby. This little bike is some seriously unbelievable, crazy stuff going on here. I mean, you can tell this guy's bad with his money. He has a Lamborghini in the background. I'm not sure if it's his, but clearly he likes spending on things that aren't worth the money. Oh, wow. So, yeah, it looks like one of those Sears catalog bikes with like some paint. Guy says, definitely not for beginners, said Skid75. I don't see why not. It looks like the foot pegs have no grip. You'd slide right off of those things, though. Looks like you got some other bikes hanging out. Is that a ZX14 in the back? Some sort of retro bike? Looks like maybe a Triumph of some description? I can't tell. And I don't know what the red bike is back there. ZZR 1400, that's right. I thought it was a ZX14. This is ridiculous that you want $2,000. $2,000? Dude, this is like, I mean, I'm sorry you spent so much money on this, but this is truly just, I mean, this is just like a wretched little pit bike. There's really nothing too much special about it. You can say all you want about how it's, oh, it's so special and so cool. But it's really not. Custom built Lil Rascal old school mini bike pit bike, handcrafted in the USA. No China junk here. Yeah, but it basically is like the same as one of those dumb Chinese bikes. This is like an $800 bike. I don't care of all the crap you put on it. It doesn't raise the value of it. This might be the first listing we've seen with a mini bike with a Lambo in the back, right? The dichotomy is really what gets to me, you know. I will be totally honest though. I would rather ride that mini bike than drive the Lambo. I could literally care less about supercars. They're so boring. I've driven plenty of them. I literally don't care. I'm gonna have more fun on that thing for sure. Delusional Florida people. Absolutely insane. Moving on. 2006 Suzuki M109R custom Mata bobber with airbag, $8,500. It has 15,000 miles. It's flashed by Moore. Dump exhaust. Are not air ride. I have a new motorcycle tire size 260 35/18 that will come with your purchase. Has a $700 seat with backrest, cruise control, Bluetooth speaker, and some other cosmetics. Well, let's take a look, shall we? Oh boy. Got those dump pipes on the M109R. So if y'all don't know about this bike, this is Suzuki's muscle cruiser. I don't know the specs off the top of my head, but I know it features just a gigantic V-twin, and it's designed to go really fast in a straight line. Car tire. Look at that. Car tire, big, chilling on this thing. He's got the special wheel for it with the blades. What does it say on? What does it say on the gas tank? Punisher Edition. Is that what it says for real? All right, I will say it does look kind of mean from the rear, right? Kind of looks like full throttle. Kind of looks pretty sick. I could really do without the Punisher Edition thing on the gas tank. That's a bit silly, and the spiky grips are a bit silly too. The car tire's a bit silly, but you could maybe make this, kind of badass. You could maybe have some fun with this, right? Throttle Zone says drag build ? It might be a drag build, right? It might be something silly to just rip in a straight line, because when you turn, you're gonna go like this. You're gonna pop it over on the side of the car tire there. Not gonna work really well. The color's pretty cool though. It's got this kind of like purple, dark navy kind of thing going on. The photos are a little far away. It's kind of hard to see any sort of detail on this thing, but I think it's okay. Fun Story says that swing arm says what? It says M109R. That's what it says. I think it's pretty okay, honestly. I really do think this tail light looks really good. Honestly, this is super clean, super stealth. It could be a lot worse. I feel like I'm like, I don't know, man. Roach says, nothing screams overweight boomer like a Punisher skull. Yeah, we have to stop the trend of like people trying to be super badass all the time. I saw a meme the other day. It was like this guy who was like walking 2 corgis inside of a PetSmart, and his shirt said something to the effect of like, we don't call 911, we shoot around here. And it's like, bro, you're walking 2 corgis inside of a PetSmart. What are we talking about? Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Yeah, pretty sweet bike. I did see a comment came in from Malamoto with the $9.99. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Yam, have you installed, well, it's installed, or ridden any bikes with over suspension? Any thoughts? Results are interesting. Better contact in corners and reduction of potential high side. I don't know what over suspension is. I've never heard of this. Can someone maybe enlighten me? Am I missing something here about the over suspension? I didn't know anything about this one, to be honest. Over suspension. I don't know. Roach said, Mother and I are still waiting for you to return with that milk. I'm getting the cigarettes too, and I'm not coming back, baby. I'm not coming back. All right, 1985 BMW K100 RT, $3,900. 1985, beautiful BMW 100 RT, cafe racer, almost finished project. Need fuel pump to be connected, front light, and whatever you want to add up. Clean title, run a nice... It run a nice previously. Okay, Borat. The front light or whatever you want to add the up. Clean the title, run a nice previously. Very nice. How much? $3,900. Okay. Cool little cafe project. No grip on here. Looks like some pretty... Oh, no. This... Oh, no. My opinion's changed on this now. So what's going on with the swing arm back here? Are these single-sided swing arm bikes? Why is this floating over here? And why is there only one shock on one side? Is that how these are set up? I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's quite complete. Oh, look at the wiring. Ew. What is all this? Are those, is that supposed to be brake lines that aren't connected? Oh, the calipers just dangling. Oh, run away. Boys, run away. No headlight. Oh my God. I'll give you $1,000 for it. We are not getting this bike, dude. This looks like a basket case. Half of these photos, this looks like no seat. The frame's just sitting there. I bet you half of this thing's not even held together, dude. I bet you it's not even held together. Malamoto backed me up here, said, yeah, single-sided shaft drive. I thought it was, but I'm not understanding if it is, why it has this one shock on the side here. My Ducati's set up this way where it's got the one shock. It's not a huge deal, but this doesn't look correct. Like, why is this just dangling here and the subframe's here? It's a little curious looking, you know? Skid said, did it say almost finished? I think almost is doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So yeah, he says it needs a fuel pump to be connected, front light. Yeah, if it was quote unquote almost finished, then you would just finish it. I don't understand why you wouldn't just finish it. Gonna have a real hard time selling this one. Real hard time. But these do turn into cool cafe racer bikes though. It's not bad, you know? Not bad. But I'm not gonna take it on. Absolutely not gonna take this one on. This whole setup just looks so sketchy. The brakes aren't connected. Doesn't look finished at all. We're passing on this one, boys. We're passing on the weird BMW Cafe bike project. We're going to go ahead and pass on this one. I'm not liking it. All right, next up. 2015 KTM Super Duke R, $7,000. Not bad. These are a ton of fun. These are the analog, old school, first gen Super Dukes. They are just nasty, nasty, nasty bikes. 13,729 original miles. One owner, clean title, no scratches, dent at the rear fairing, no water damage. Kind of weird that you suggested that. Needs new ABS module, has an estimate from Morimoto. New Michelin Power front tire, Michelin Power rear tire, has 1,500 miles. Heated grips, that's nice. New radiator, new battery. What does have a new radiator? SW Motec crash bars, front wheel sliders, that doesn't matter to me. C-Tech charger ports, MotoGP style bar ends. Huh? Dumb squid shit. Bro, these bar ends are MotoGP spec. Did Pecco Bagnaia lick them for you? Is that what makes them MotoGP style? Custom front fenders, blacked out exhaust, tank protectors, manual and toolkit included. Always used KTM Motorex oil. Always one of those guys. He's one of those guys. Gets on the forum. He says, you got to use the right oil, bro. You got to use the right oil. Always kept in garage, covered. It's in the garage, but it's still. I put a cover on it too, dude. I wasn't gonna take chances. Was not gonna take chances. Ooh, it's pretty, isn't it? Dude, KTM's design language has been basically the same for like 10 years, which is no bad thing. These still look pretty good. These original Dukes are monsters, though. They're monsters, baby. This is a good-looking bike. It's in good shape. It's got pretty clean mileage on it. Looks like it was well taken care of. I'm just giving the guy crap for what he wrote about the MotoGP style bar ends. I'm trying to even see the bar ends. Oh, he's talking about like the lever guard. Yeah, that's not MotoGP style. That's just like what you do for racing. Yeah, a brake lever guard is just what you need to have if you're going to go racing the motorcycle, which you didn't. I do love the fact that a a street bike has a brake lever guard. That is so unnecessary and very silly. This one looks pretty good though. I do like, these are like the power parts, tank protectors and sliders. Those look pretty good. I would have liked to have seen a few more photos. Is this a brain bucket on the back of the seat here? Looks like he's got one of those like little brain bucket half helmets on the back of the seat, which tells me a lot about the person that owned this bike. These are great though. Single-sided swing arm, beautiful orange frame. They're, big V-twin engine. They're kind of like a weird Austrian Ducati. You know what I mean? It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I'm liking it. I actually, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I think I enjoy it. Yeah. Anything I wouldn't do about it? So new radiator, new battery, no water damage. I don't know why he specified that. Probably because it's a Florida thing. Malamoto said this thing lived its life on the rear tire only. But that's to be expected, though. That's what you do with these bikes, basically, you know? Yeah, this is like a little brain bucket half helmet thing. That does bring a little bit of caution to me. But I'll still rate it like an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, okay. Okay, not bad. Moving on. Yamaha T-Dub 200, like new. My wrists say to sell. Too many aches, pains, and surgeries. Yeah, this is definitely the geriatric crowd in Florida. Like new, 700 miles. Just did the 600-mile service. No service again until 4,000. Transferable 4-year extended warranty. You got a warranty on a T-Dub? Barely used off-road, mostly used like scooter around town. If I see a trail, I run it. Just get into the woods. Battery tender, heavy-duty phone holder, cargo rack, removable lockable cargo trunk, only non-ethanol gas. Also have a Reese hitch motorcycle carrier as seen in pic for extra money. If interested, Greg. Well, Greg, we are excited to take a look. Oh, man. Oh, I have the strongest desire to get a T-Dub, dude. Fuck, man. Fuck, bro, I really want a T-Dub. Boys, back me up in the chat here. Come on. Let's see some love for the T-Dub. Come on, somebody, I'm going to put up a poll right now. Is the T-Dub goated? Yes or hell yes? T-Dub is so good, bro. So if you don't know what these are like a 200cc, like weird little farm bike with a big fat rear tire. The Yamaha's made basically unchanged since the 80s. They still sell them brand new, basically the same way that they sold them from the 80s. These are badass. I really, really want one. And this one is so sick with the Filipino boy top box, baby. Let's go. Come on. Ground up, grade A, delivered straight to your door. This is the Uber Eats Filipino boy special right here, boys. Straight to your door. Look at that. You can fit one in there all day, every day. All day, baby. Oh my God, it's quilted inside. The ultimate comfort for your kidnapped child. Man, I'm digging it. It's super clean, man. It's brand new. Brand new, baby. DSB Crypto says 3,300 max. Oh, come on. Come on, $3,300. It's basically a brand new T-Dub. I give him at least $4,000. I'll be like, look, you bought it brand new. You got to take the hit. I'll give you $4,000 for it. I would absolutely buy this thing for $4,000. That's a lot of bike for $4,000. Dude, I want one of these so bad. Okay, well, here's the question, boys. T-Dub 200 or scooter? What has higher meme potential? I personally think the T-Dub has higher meme potential, to be honest. But I think people would like to see scooter content as well. But the question is what to do with the scooter. What to do? What to do with the mighty scoot? Sumo Will says that T-Dub is a T-Pain to my eyes. Excuse you. Excuse you. Keep your bad opinions to yourself, bro. Unless you're like me and you're some random fuck with the YouTube channel, then everyone is subjected to hear your opinions for some reason. 1960 Cushman Eagle, $3,900. Oh my God. 1960 Cushman 8 horsepower, 2-speed, original leather saddlebags, buddy seat, crash bars, runs good, kickstart. Let the good times roll. Illinois title in hand. Location is in Sun City Center, Florida. Cash only, baby. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Looks like a little World War II. Oh, it's diseased. Oh, it's like a special bike. So this is like with that mini bike, with that other weird mini bike we saw earlier wanted to be. Oh, look at that. Him and his buddy have one together. They've owned it since 1960 by the looks of it. Oh my God. They're like, hell yeah. We're boomers and we're proud. That's cool. T-Quinn said, Sun City, that's where I live. Roach with the $5. Thank you very much. Put the baby in the box and a person on all four corners can haul more people than most small crawlers. TW is goated. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. T-Dub is truly goated. I really want to pick one to commute with. I really do. I really, really do. I'm going to have a little drive from my new place in Austin to the office again, the Yammie Noob shop. And I'm kind of like, dude, T-Dub would be goated. As if I don't have a Touareg 660 that would be totally fine to commute with. I'm like, no, I gotta buy a stupid Yamaha to commute. I gotta buy some fucking T-Dub to commute with. Otherwise, it won't work. DSP Crypto said, Harley Davidson Doodlebug kit. Yeah, it does kind of look like a shovel head with an autoimmune disease, doesn't it? Like a Harley Davidson with leprosy. That's what we're calling it. The leprosy Harley Davidson. Let the good times roll, brother. Pull up to your bike night and make a statement. And that statement is... he's having fun with his friend, though. I mean, you can't fault the guy for that. He's having more fun than me. All right. 2003 Yamaha YZF-R6 plus gear for sale, 4,000 American dollars. Great condition, 62,000 miles. New lights, fairings, and mirrors. New battery. Comes with motorcycle stands, jackets, ramp, and helmet. Oh my God, you get it all, boys. You get it all. Why does it have a... What the hell is that exhaust? Is that wood? It looks a little suspect. It looks a little beat up. This is like the most Florida 600 I've seen in a minute. Why is the exhaust copper colored? What does it say on it? Micron? Boys, I don't know about this exhaust. 62,000 miles is a lot for an R6 that you absolutely know has gotten into some shenanigans, has absolutely been revved out constantly. How many 19-year-olds has this poor R6 been dragged through? From 2003 until now, it's 22 years old. That's probably older than some of you. It's older than that one kid that was asking about, whether or not he should get a ZX4 or a ZX6. That kid said he was 18 years old. This bike is older than that kid. That's crazy, man. That is just nuts. So it comes with motorcycle stands, jackets, ramp, and helmet. Honestly, for the ramp and the stands, that's kind of a good deal. And you get an R6 that, in theory, runs, I guess. Great condition. I don't know if it is in great condition when I look at it. Let's look at this shot here in the sun. Great condition. Maybe for the age and the mileage, it's great, but like the new fairings kind of make it look a little suspect. I think it's in okay condition, but I don't know. 62,000 miles is kind of like, I don't know. New lights, fairings, and mirrors, new battery. Dude, you know this thing has gremlins. You just know. It's like you make these Japanese bikes and they're like, look, they're reliable up to a point, okay? Like, we can't promise you they're going to be 100% reliable after you've done the shenanigans with it. Yeah, I think this one would really require a lot more of a look. Uber Cruiser, hey, what's up, from the Discord, said, when people sell everything like that, it just means they're either giving up on their dream or their wife vetoed it. Yeah, I've seen listings like this where they sell like everything. They sell like the bike, the ramps, the clothes, the spare tools, the part, like they're just like, I'm done with motorcycling forever. It's either they had a big scare and they don't want to do it anymore, or yeah, the wife vetoed it and was like, yeah, we're done. I think this bike, 4,000 for it is insane, right? Like it's a 2003 R6 with 60,000+ miles. That's a $2,000 bike, first and foremost. So he's probably doing the 4K because he thinks the ramp and his gear is worth $2,000 somehow. You can pick up a motorcycle stand and ramp for $500 for both. You can get some super high quality pitbull stands and a ramp for under $500 total, easy. So yeah, I don't know $4,000 about this. Gray said, wait, did you say Austin? That's a long commute from Dallas on a TW. I'm moving back to Austin. It's a long story, but yeah, I'm going back to Austin. Here we go, boys. Suzuki Hayabusa, $6,900. This is a 2006 Suzuki Hayabusa GSX 1300R. I'm the original owner. Let's go! Original owner Busa. Clean title, runs well, chrome wheels, has a chrome Brock Sidewinder pipe dyno tune, had a small cam put in the motor. She will flat get down the road. 36,000 miles. Oh my God. Single owner, period correct. You got the spiky grips, chromed out Busa with the special Busa passenger seat. Oh my, look, oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody's really into butt plugs. Somebody really likes Suzuki butt plugs. Look at these grips. They're like, hey, do you want to not hold on to your handlebars? Because these will just slip your hands right off. The gas cap cover is some sort of like shiny aluminum. I don't even know how that comes off. Chrome triple tree. He's got like a cover put on it. Dude, this guy lived the dream, bro. This guy absolutely lived the dream. 2006 original owner, Busa. Sidewinder pipe. Florida. Dude, he literally lived the dream, dude. He was out there in the mid-2000s just roll racing morons in Florida. Like, he lived it. Front brake missing. He's only got the one caliper on the one side. It's a roll race bike, right? Like, it has to be. He put a cam in it. He lowered it, right? It's lowered. It's got the pipe. Dude, he was just roll racing this thing. Absolutely just roll racing. What does he want for it? $6,900? Nah, that's crazy. Not with all the crap that's on it. Unfortunately, if he had kept it clean like that other Busa owner, because that other Busa that we saw, I think it was last stream, was just impeccable, beautiful, really nice. This one, it's like lowered and it's got crap put on it, all this stuff. Just not really a fan of it. I think $4,000, maybe $45,000 would be fair for this, just because it's a little long in the tooth. It's modified. It's a little beat up. You know, it's got some stuff done to it. Dude, he even has the chrome brake res. This guy wanted chrome on his bike. Masked Musician said, how much he asking? He's asking $6,900 for this thing. Chrome pipe, dyno tune, small cam. It's probably reasonably fast in a straight line, though, to be honest. Yeah, see, Mask agrees with me. Nah, too much. Yeah, $45,000 all day for this. But you love to see an original owner Busa. You really, really do. I have to stop looking at these marketplace listings because I'm like, I want a Busa, I want a T-Dub, I just want a lot of bikes. It's a problem, baby. It's a problem. All right. Last segment for the day, boys. Motorcycle trivia. Let's have some fun, shall we? Let's wrap it up, boys. What does the hand signal shown above indicate to other motorcyclists? We got the guy pointing on the left. On the left, point with left hand. On the right, point with right foot. Well, sticking a foot out means that there's a hazard in the road, and maybe he's pointing to where the hazard is. That's what I would imagine. Let's see. Hazard in the road. Look at that. Your aim is so smart. So smart. Got it. Easy peasy. Question. How many of the 4 co-founders of Harley-Davidson were brothers? How many were named William? What the fuck? I have no idea. How many of the 4 co-founders were brothers? I think just 2 of them were, right? How many were named William? I'm going to say 2 of them. 2 of them and 2 of them. That's my guess. There 3 were brothers. William A. Davidson, Arthur Davidson, and Walter Davidson. 2 of the founders are named William. William Davidson and William Harley. Well, you know, we've always said that Harley riders are a little gay. And so, you know, you got Willie and Willie, Harley and Davidson, so cute. And they could just live a life together. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, a weird bit of trivia that you'd only know. Only real Harley riders would know that kind of fact, brother. You ain't no real Harley rider. Question. Which was not a model sold by Triumph in 1996? Trident, Speed Triple, Bonneville, and Sprint. Okay, I know for a fact they sold the Sprint. I know for a fact they sold the Speed Triple. They definitely sold the Bonneville. I think the Trident. They weren't making the Triumph back or the Trident back then. That's a model that they just recently re-released as part of the name. Let's see. I think it's Trident. Bonneville. What? Seriously? They weren't selling the Bonneville in '96? Was that the gap in production or whatever? I'll have to take this up with producer Logan. Okay, question. What was the amount of motorcycles sold by BMW in 2024? I didn't read that correctly. Was the amount of motorcycles sold by BMW in 2024 more or less than 200,000? We're going to go... perhaps less than? It feels like a trick question. They're not a huge volume maker. We're going to say less. We're sticking with less. More! God damn it! Is that Toprak effect? Even though that's a Vandermark on top of there, it's not Toprak. They sold 210,408 units. God damn. That's actually a lot for BMW. I think that's a little more than what Ducati sells. I don't know. Question. What is the name of the phenomenon that occurs on shaft-driven motorcycles where the sudden acceleration causes the rear wheel to lift slightly due to the reactive force on the drive shaft? I have no clue what that's called, but I know what it feels like, right? When you're driving a shaft-driven motorcycle, if you go like this, it like jumps. It jumps a little bit. What is the name of that effect? Does anybody know on chat? What's the name of the effect here for shaft-driven bikes when they jump a little bit? Compensatory torque at swing arm pivot point, torque direction of rear wheel under acceleration. So it's gonna like, so yeah, if it's going this way, it's gonna like, does it cancel out in that way? That's why it goes up? I have no idea. Let's see what it's called. Shaft jacking. So I hear you like the shaft. That feels like the type of thing that some BMW dad would say while he's on like a big road trip and try to make like a funny joke about it. You know what I mean? Oh, Waylon got it. Shaft jacking. Shaft jacking. Uber Cruiser said bad design. It is bad design. Question. How many valves per cylinder did the oval piston NR750 have? Well, this one I know, boys. Right off the top of the dome, it is, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 valves per cylinder that the oval piston NR750 had. One of the coolest engines ever made in a motorcycle. Very exotic. Very cool. I'm like 99% positive. If I get this wrong, it's going to be really silly because I was so confident about it. But I've seen the engine in real life broken down and split apart and stuff. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I was thinking of the Yamaha. That's right. It had 8 valves per cylinder. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Isn't that crazy though? Look at that piston. Look at that piston with 8 valves per cylinder. Oval piston. Oh my God, dude, I was so confident. I was thinking about the old Yamaha design that had 5 valves per cylinder. 8 valves per cylinder is insane. Imagine for a moment valve checks on this bad boy. Imagine it'd be 32 valves that you'd have to check on 4 cylinders. Just God bless you, you know. God bless you. That was so funny I got that wrong. All right, boys, that's going to wrap up the stream for tonight. Nice, clean hour hanging out with you guys. Hope you had some fun. Hopefully I was able to answer all the questions that came up. Oh, look at that. Hell yes for the T-Dub, 54%. Absolutely. Let me know in the comments, T-Dub or Scooter, something like that. I think would be a lot of fun. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.